three questions. To begin with the solution, the first thing that you have to do is you need to create this slicer, because in the original data set you will not find all these values, right? So the first thing that you have to do is you have to create a slicer which should hold values like total loss, total profit, and total sales. So the first thing you have to tell to the interviewer is we need to create this particular slicer first, because we don't have it. And for that, just simply go to the data set, or like just click on this home and then enter data. So you have this option like enter data. Since I've already created that, so I will just show you this slice table. I have named it as slice, and you will find these three rows: total sales, total profit, and total loss. Simple. So we have entered that. This is the first task that we have to do, and we have to speak. Next thing is how to create this value measure. Okay, so I'll just click on new measure. So I will name this as underscore value. What is the first DAX measure that should be used over here? Because we have to make this dynamic as per the selection, the first thing that should come into your mind is we have to make use of switch function. Okay, switch expression value result. What should be my expression? My expression should be, in this kind of situations we should always make use of true function, okay, which helps us basically to move or come out of the switch statement as soon as we hit the true result. Okay, so this is the first argument. Now next is value. What should be the value? So the value should be, I need to check what is the selection of the user. So for that I will make use of selected value DAX function. Okay, so this is the selected value. Selected value of what? My KPI value. And what? I have to check whether it is total sales. Okay, so I will name it as total sales. If it is total sales, then what I have to do? I have to make use of sum. And what I have to sum? Again, total sales. And we can select it from here. So basically what we have tried to do, we have checked whether the selected value of the slicer is total sales. If it is total sales, then give me the summation of total sales. So next one will be what? I will just copy this and then I will repeat it for, let me keep it in the next line so that it is clearly visible. I will do it as total profit. So these couple of questions are not much difficult. We can do it on the spot also, and that's why I'm telling you how you can do this or these kind of scenarios if asked in the interview. So this is total profit, and here also what I will do, I'll make use of profit. Okay, the fact table of profit column, and next one will be total loss. That is what is left, right? So if it is total loss, give me the total loss value. Okay, I hope this is clear to you now. So I have just made use of selected value and switch function to implement this underscore value measure. Let's see if this measure is working fine or not. So what I will do, I will select this measure and pull this in our this table. So this is our value measure. Okay, and you can clearly see we are getting the exact result: 1,000, 500, 3,000, 4,000, 6,000, because we have selected total loss. If you select total profit, you see this which is already created and this is matching. That means our measure is perfectly correct. So we are done with the first part of the question. So first DAX scenario is solved. Now let's move to how we can create another measure which should give variance from previous year. Okay, we don't have any calendar table. How to do this with this kind of fact table present over here? So let's create another measure. So I have named it as variance from previous year. Now what I will do, I will again make use of switch function, and there will be a couple of changes. I will tell you what we have to do to get that variance from the previous year. So again, my first expression will be true. Okay, then next one is value. Again, I will check if the selected value of the slicer which is KPI value, is it equal to total sales. If it is total sales, okay, if it is total sales, in that case what we have to do, let's see. In that case, I will create another variable. I'll just name it as a equal to, and here I will make use of simple sum of total sales. So in this variable, basically we have captured the total sales. Okay, simple total sales, and create another variable which is variable b equal to, and here I will make use of calculate function. And what I have to calculate, I have to calculate the sum of total sales first, and then next filter argument. This is very important. In this we have to pass current year row value, and for that I will again make use of selected value DAX function, and here I will make use of year column. Now since we have to move to the previous year, I will just do -1 over here and close the bracket. So this particular variable is basically storing the previous year total sales. Okay, now what I will do, in the next statement I will return what? A minus B. So what I will do after this, I will copy this entire couple of lines and then paste and close the bracket of switch. What couple of more changes I have to do? Because I have done it for total sales, I will do it for total profit the same way. The last one is total loss. So I hope this is also clear to you. So I have done some mistake. What it is saying, true false expression does not specify a column. Each true or false expression used as a Oh, I understood. We have done a big mistake. So in the calculate filter argument, we have not specified the year column. Okay, fact year equal to the selected value. This was what is missing over here. So we have to pass the reference of that column. Year is equal to the selected value. So this year then will have the current row selected. Similarly, I will repeat it over here. So year, fact year, and here also fact here. Yes, there is no error now. Let's pull this and see if we get the right result or not. So our measure was what? Our measure was variance from previous year. Let's see. Yes, we are getting the right result. So this was the second scenario that had to be solved. The last one was to create a dynamic title. And for that, we will create another measure equal to. So the first statement or the first sentence will be year wise. Concatenate this with selected value. Again, I'm making use of selected value. So very, very useful DAX function, this selected value. So what I will do, I will again choose the slicer KPA value. That's it. So we'll go to the table, we'll go to general, title, and keep it on, and then go to FX, and then we'll choose what? We'll choose dynamic title, where it is, yeah, this title. Okay, can we see that? Yes, you can see year wise total loss, year wise total profit, year wise total sales. So dynamically we have shown the title also. Please do leave a comment if you found this video useful.